What is up, everybody? We're going to cover some more of UFC 265. We got a pretty decent pay-per-view card this weekend. Looking forward to the fight companion for that one. We're going to talk some predictions. We'll run through the card again. We'll cover some MMA news. Got to go through those DraftKings lineups as well. New thing I'm starting, is covering the DraftKings things a bit. I started it like way back early on in the channel, and then I just got away from it. But we're bringing it back now. Should be a lot of fun. Smash the hell out of that like button, guys. We need at least 50 likes on this Thursday live stream. I just actually recently checked out the press conference, and I'll be honest, Derek Lewis had some fire lines. As far as everybody else, it was pretty bland press conference, to be honest. It definitely lacks some depth. Trujillo in the live chat says Lewis by KO. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. As a fan, that's what I want. Even if it's against my pick, that's what I would love to see. I'd love to see Derek Lewis get a knockout win. I feel like in Houston, he's going to be Derek Lewis ×2. It's not going to be easy for Gane at all. The confidence that Derek is showing, I watched all the embeddeds, the countdowns. He does look in really good shape. Excited to see him on the scales tomorrow. You know, we'll be doing the weigh-in recap tomorrow, which honestly is maybe my favorite show of the week, just simply because when you see the fighters on the scale and you see them face off, like, you really get an idea of how the fight's gonna go down. Sometimes you can flip a pick and it definitely can go the right way because of that. I'm excited to see Lewis when he steps on the scales. He looked confident as hell. I'll be honest, I'm not saying Gane is scared, but when they faced off, Gane looked like he had a bit of nerves running through him, which, I mean, do I blame him? You're fighting Derek Lewis? No, I don't blame you for that. Derek Lewis is an absolute monster. But I feel as though he lacked a bit of confidence. That's what I feel like. Existing isn't going out like no Trump in his hometown. He's over that first heavyweight title in Texas. Dude, I want to see it. Like, as much as the pick was on Gane, I want to see the Black Beast win the fight. Like, for the sport, the Black Beast is better. I think that him winning brings the super fight with Ngannou. He's a more marketable fighter per se to the casuals. Hardcores will always appreciate a guy like Cyril Gane. I mean, the guy's extremely technically sound. It's something you don't normally get inside of that heavyweight division. It's almost a rarity, to be honest, to see a guy that light on his feet, that good with his combination strikes. There are tons of things to like about Gane, but I am also with you guys. Like, Derek Lewis winning would be a fantastic moment for the fight game. Real men don't wear pink, they eat it, man. This guy's coming in with fire lines out here. What else at the press conference? Anything notable? Oh, a little bit of action between Hill and Tisha. That was a little bit heated, not crazy, but there was a little bit of tension that you could feel in the air between them two. A little bit of smack talk back and forth about some previous comments, I guess, that were made. But it wasn't like anything off the charts, and they shook hands as they did the face-off. Casey Kenny, Yadong, didn't really say much. Aldo was asked maybe one question. Rockhold beats Strickland. Does anyone disagree? I think that Strickland can beat Rockhold, actually. I think Strickland's going to probably knock him out. I don't think Rockhold can take the power, man. I really don't. I really don't at all. I do want to touch a little bit on the main card some more. I really would have liked to see Fiziev and Bobby Green actually at the press conference. I think they would have spiced it up a bit more, mainly on the side of Bobby, but unfortunately didn't get that. Picks for the card, we'll quickly run through. Munoz to start it off. Gatto in our second bout. I do like Miles Johns, but a lot of people feel Dos Santos is live, and I can't really argue that. I mean, he is a pretty solid mixed martial artist, and he does have a good amount of experience, nasty jiu-jitsu, and some real power. Manal Cape over Osborne, but not a fight I'm throwing money down, especially how the odds are looking. Kavokevich versus Penne. I'm going to be on Penne. Very slight underdog here. Kavokevich has not looked good. Neither has Penne in years, but we'll ride Penne. Menfield should knock out Herman. If he doesn't, then this is just a serious loss because he's fighting a 41-year-old Ed Herman. Menfield should get a KO in the first or second. Morales against Draco. Draco's chin is a big question mark, so I'm going to go Morales on this side. Fiziev Green. You guys know if you watch the predictions, I broke it down. I got Fiziev beating him. I think he picks him apart, wins the decision. Song Yadong actually. And Casey Kenny. This is a fight that really intrigues me because Casey Kenny has looked good against high level competition. Yadong hasn't looked bad, but he has taken losses against the top level. But what he brings is a tricky style matchup for Casey. On the ground, I think definitely advantage for Mr. Casey Kenny. Striking wise, though, there's definitely a clear path for Song Yadong to outstrike Casey Kenny, mix it up well from range. And I do think he hits harder too. I think he could hurt Kenny potentially with some powerful hooks. I think that Song Yadong is going to win this fight against Casey Kenny, guys. I really do. I believe he will pull it off. Probably going to be decision. I don't necessarily think he gets the finish, but I think he wins this fight by a decision here. Let's see what else we're looking at. Tisha Torres, Angela Hill. I like in this matchup the Tiny Tornado. I think physically she's got a clear-cut strength edge. She's going to be stronger in the clinch. She's going to mix it up well with flurries. Her combination punching is pretty fast. I would like to see Angela win just for her career, finally getting, that staple victory. But I think Tisha goes 2-0 against Angela Hill and defeats her here. She's also a slight favorite. Luque Chiesa. I had multiple people on the channel this week. We had one, Billy, agreeing with me and picking Chiesa. I had my boy Avery on the Fightcast. He picked Luque. Picks all over the place for this one. I'll be honest, I understand why. I think the fight could most definitely end up going either way, but I feel, though, Vicente Luque is in for a real test grappling-wise against Chiesa. So I'll ride with the Maverick, Michael Chiesa, but I'm definitely not betting down any cash on that one, to be honest. I thought about it, but I don't know. I'm nervous. I'm nervous on that one. Co-main, Aldo versus Munoz. This is a good fight. Pedro Munoz leg kicks are phenomenal. He mixes it up well with the hands. Everything we've seen from Pedro Munoz has been fantastic. On the other side, Jose Aldo, the drop to 35 has actually proved to be a good move, where I think most of us were not thinking that Jose Aldo would look good down a weight class. I think most of us were expecting Jose Aldo to be extremely fatigued, to be almost a shot fighter, essentially. I mean, I actually really thought Jose Aldo would be not near what he's already accomplished. Like, I thought that he would probably have trouble with the weight cut and then look shot, but he hasn't. He's actually looked pretty good. His combination punches look quick. He seems like a totally different fighter than the Aldo that we saw in the past fighting up at 145. He's a solid bantamweight. I think that there's a lot of potential for him in the weight class, and I do look forward to more from him. I really think the future is bright for Jose Aldo, for sure, at this weight. I don't think it's over just yet, and him and Munoz are the same age. All right, so what do we have to see? What are the odds for Lewis, man? It's disrespectful to Lewis as being top guys. The reason the odds are so wide is just because Gane is like a true hype train right now. Like, all the momentum is in favor of Cyril Gane. All the momentum. It's like Gane is being bred as the new breed of heavyweight. He's very fast. He's got good combinations. He's light on his feet. So a lot of people are super high on him. And I see why, though. I think that he's a good fighter. I'm excited to see future matchups for sure. But I do think Gane might run into some trouble with the power of Lewis. Even though I'm picking Gane, I'm totally acknowledging there's a serious chance that we see a victory for Derek Lewis. And I actually am going to be betting the Derek Lewis by KO TKO prop. I think that the value on that is going to be pretty fire because it's like some serious plus money. And how else is he going to win the fight? No reason to bet Derek Lewis straight. All right, I'm retitling the video here because we are talking about a bit of the bets. Betting breakdown plus DFS picks. All right. Yeah, we're going to get into some DraftKings picks for you guys because I feel as though there are definitely some decent plays. I feel like the DraftKings lineups for this card. You can actually cash nicely. I was just checking it out. There's some decent value. All right, all right. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Smash that like button if you guys haven't yet, because we got some good things to talk about as far as DraftKings goes. I want to give you guys some fuego lineups to cash on, and I'll definitely be super active in the live chat. This is a pretty casual video. This is not our typical series. I just wanted to go live and give the people a chance to chat it up with me, pretty much podcast style. So I'm going to be in the live chat for a couple minutes, and then we'll get to some of the DraftKings stuff. Gane is the most technical heavyweight of all time. I actually totally agree. Like, he is a special heavyweight, man. I am super hype on Ciryl Gane's future in this sport. I'll be honest. Win or lose against Derek Lewis, I think Ciryl Gane is fantastic. I'm a big Gane fan. I think he's a cool guy, too. He has a vibe that I think a lot of people like, and it's going to be exciting to see what he'll bring to the table coming forward, but he could run into that powerful right. Derek Lewis is a death puncher. I mean, one hit and you are finished with Derek Lewis. So I'll be honest, it's not easy for Ciryl, even though we're on Ciryl. He is new to MMA, but his ground game evolves fast, and he's very genetically gifted. He's a special fighter. Let's see. Gane, you think, some of you guys think that it's either Gane lopsided decision or Derek Lewis. I'll actually agree. I think that's kind of the way this fight could end up going down. He's going to be chasing him around. Derek Lewis could still catch him with that right. We'll see Jon Jones fight. We're going to see Jon Jones fight Stipe Miocic. It should happen. They're talking about it. Jon Jones, Stipe Miocic is in the discussion, but it is not yet confirmed. But they are talking heavily about it. I do want to bring up the tail of the tape. Statistically speaking, the main thing that'll stand out is the weight edge for Derek Lewis. Also, experience advantage by a fair amount. He's paid his dues in the sport, so I mean, I do think there is a serious possibility he gets a KO win and puts Ciryl Gane to sleep. I definitely believe that shit is possible. Yeah, we're definitely cashing this weekend, Taj. We're gonna make some big dinero, and we'll be doing the fight companion for this pay-per-view card too, which should be a lot of fun. Gane is definitely a special breed, though. Only 3 years in the fight game, and he is looking like a straight killer. Put the house on Strickland. I think Strickland should win by KO. Derek Lewis, KO plus 400. I like the plus 400. Plus 400 is fantastic value for D. Lewis, man. The money's nice. I think I'm going to be playing that, especially with some of the parlays lined up, just in case, let's say, Gane doesn't come through in the main. I need to be able to, wipe my ass on the back end and not lose too much dinero. So, yeah, definitely going to be doing that. You think most of you guys think Gane winning? Jones, you think Jones wins a decision over Stipe? I definitely could see it. Jones versus Lewis will never be allowed. I don't think we'll see Jones versus Lewis unless it's for a belt. Jon Jones, in my opinion, is inactive. He's not fighting at all. So, as of right now, I mean, he's a non-factor up a weight class at 265. I mean, heavyweight division, right? Those guys are big. You look at his last fight down a weight class at 205, he didn't look great. You don't think Jones can take Ngannou's punches? Neither do I. Neither do many. I think that we will see a victory for Francis against Jon Jones. I really think it will be, I think, knockout, man. I think knockout round. If I had to give you an exact round, I'm going to call it right now. Mystic Mac pick, second round KO, Francis Ngannou over Jon Jones. And I like Jon Jones. Everybody likes Jon Jones. It's Jon Jones, right? Even if you say he's a cheater, this, and that. I mean, at the end of the day, the man was the greatest of all time. And he does have the most versatile skill set in combat sports history. I mean, the guy can do it all. And he's extremely lanky, too, which is like a serious factor. You think Stipe beats Jones? I think he could. He definitely could catch him. Boxing-wise, advantage Stipe for sure is my take on that one. I think Jones, though, is going to wait until it's for the belt. I don't think he'll accept the Stipe fight. As much as I would love to see it, I don't think he accepts it. Lewis Jones would be a great setup fight. They just don't want to. They wouldn't want to put him out there with Lewis because Lewis could definitely put him to bed. Jones beats Stipe. Yeah, the picks are all over the place as far as in the live chat, and I see why. I think it's a true competitive matchup between Jon Jones and Stipe. And for me, though, I am going to jump on the side of Jon Jones. I think he'll beat Stipe Miocic by a decision. I think he can out wrestle him. I think he can out time him striking, and the speed that Dominic Reyes brought to the table against Jon Jones, Stipe doesn't have that same punch speed. So I would actually go with Jon Jones over Stipe. But as far as Lewis and Gane, I feel as though worst matchup for Ngannou, truthfully, is actually Cyril Gane because he's hard to hit. But actually, both of these guys, I think, are good matchups for Francis and Ngannou as far as for them. Like, it's favorable fights for both of them. I think that there's paths to victory for Cyril Gane to beat Francis and for Derek Lewis. I mean, Derek did beat him once, though that first fight doesn't really count. It was a terrible fight. I don't know if you guys went and watched that fight. I don't know if you guys were fans at that point, but I remember seeing that fight, and it was one of the most boring fights of all time. And it featured two of the biggest punchers in the fight game, which just blew my mind. But let's check over to DraftKings a bit. Let's see what value we can get on DraftKings. So as far as the lineups here for DraftKings, if you're looking to potentially play some of them, who would be, people to add on the lineups? Well, we'll check out the value. Who's standing out value-wise? You want to avoid like a Gane at 9,400. I don't know. That's just way too widespread. Who can deliver us some good value for the price tag that we want? Because we don't want to shit the bed on the plays here, but man, DraftKings is tricky, guys, because it's not just your predictions. You need to be sharp. All right, let's say we put Aldo out on the line there. Let's say we put Song. I don't know, man. I'm torn on Song. I'm not gonna put Fiziev unless I need to. I'm not gonna jump on Menfield. Actually, I don't like we'll go Morales. I guess they accidentally put Menfield for us. I guess I double clicked it. That must be Destiny saying pick Menfield. So we'll keep him on. I think Gatto is an okay play. Sometimes you got to think of what dog could hit. Because what do we have? 15K remaining. Chiesa is going to grind to a decision. Kenny could grind to a decision. What if we did Fiziev? Let's see. Fiziev. Now nobody else is available. We can't do Fiziev. Okay. Fiziev's a no-go for us, unfortunately. We got Gatto, Eddie Osborne, Manal Cape. Let's see if we did put the Black Beast, Derek Lewis, in there. Could do Pedro and Aldo to secure, but that would be risky because you're guaranteeing 1L. Aldo, Morales, Menfield, Gatto, Lewis, and now we got 8,800 remaining. Who is going to get the most impressive win on the card out of the favorites that are left? Guess we have to go. We have to go in favor, potentially, of Song Yadong, but he's in a live fight versus Casey Kenny. That's not an easy one at all. The DraftKings lineups can get you guys like 100%. DraftKings lineups can get you guys into some serious trouble. And I'm looking at it now and I'm like, damn, DraftKings doesn't play around. I lately haven't been playing DraftKings. I used to, especially when the channel first started. I was all on the DraftKings. But lately, man, I've been dodging DraftKings as much as I could because, dude, it gets me nervous, man. DraftKings gets me nervous. Let's see. All right. Let's see what else we want to do. DraftKings lineup. We might have to do another one. Let me know, guys. Let me know in the live chat if you guys are liking this lineup here. Aldo, Morales, Menfield, Gatto, Lewis, and Yadong. It's a scary one, bro. That making me nervous looking at it. See, Gato. Like Fiziev could crumble us though, but if Fiziev doesn't, he beats Green. It's another decent one. Morales, Menfield, Fiziev, Lewis, Yadong. See, the reason I go with Lewis is I feel like he'll KO Gane if he's victorious. So it's like, smart play, I guess, for the value, 6,800. Yadong Kenny, though, I think probably goes this distance. Fiziev, if he knocks out Green, that just means he's an absolute savage, and I guess he's not proven to be at that level just yet. Menfield over Herman, he should win. Like, there's no reason Alonzo Menfield should lose to Ed Herman. But it is the fight game, and crazy shit tends to happen on the regular. So that's why I am just a little bit hesitant and nervous with this DraftKings play right now. All right, let's see. Let me see. Let me check up on the live chat. Tell me, guys, what are you guys in? You think Kenny could beat Song Yadong? I totally agree. Even though I picked Yadong, I totally agree. You like Carolina? I don't know if I want to put Carolina on DraftKings because even if she wins, she probably wins a decision. Let's see. These are on the spot DraftKings plays. Do I like Jose Aldo that much? I feel like I do. I feel like I like Jose. But value-wise, 8,600 or a potential decision. Luque could get the finish. So if we go finish probability, I think Luque's finish probability is higher than Chiesa's. And even into close fights, like a 50-50. Picks are split from multiple people that I've talked to. Morales, Rodriguez. I think Morales could definitely touch the chin of Draco. I'll keep Morales. Menfield should finish Herman. Fiziev should beat Green, but does he finish Green? That's hard. Derek Lewis, if he is to beat Gane, he's going to knock him out. Yadong Kenny, I do think goes the distance. So maybe that's the fight that I want to void out and take Yadong off the play. Now we have 8,400 remaining. Who is somebody that I feel like is going to finish the fight? Do I want a finisher? Who is the finisher for me? What if Destiny calls and you go Pedro? Even though we're picking against him, it's another 50-50 fight. And Munoz could beat Aldo. And he looked nasty against Jimmy Rivera. I mean, that was a fire performance that he had there. Honestly, I was super impressed by him with Jimmy Rivera. That might have been the most impressive performance for me. You guys feel like Menfield's a must? The only way he's winning is KO. Yeah, I totally agree. Guys, if you like this DraftKings video, make sure to smash that like button to help out the channel. Let me know what you think of this lineup because I'm torn. I'm not guaranteeing to play this one here, but it's one that is potentially on my mind. Luque, Morales, Menfield, Fiziev, Lewis, Munoz. Like with DraftKings, it's not about getting the picks all right. It's about getting the most points, and that turns out to be an extremely difficult venture. That's not easy to do at all. That's a hard one, man. It's hard. Some of these plays are rough. But I do think we could have some cash money on this. I really do. I really, really do. Yes, over Yadong, maybe. Let's see. Is Yadong still in my play here? Yadong's not in this one. Dude, it's hard, though, because does Chiesa finish Luque? I think because there's a crowd there, we should see more finishes. But that's a pure assumption. That's not factual. I mean, at the end of the day, fights get finished at the Apex. Fights go the distance with live crowds. I'm feeling like Luque, though, could get the KO. Even though I'm on Chiesa, that's a 50-50 for me. As far as DraftKings goes, if I'm just throwing a couple bucks at it, I'm going for the highest percentage of finish. So Luque, I feel is decent. Morales, I feel can knock out Draco. Menfield should beat Herman. Fiziev should beat Green. Lewis could beat Gane, and Munoz could beat Aldo. There's some close ones here, guys. DraftKings, if you guys play DraftKings, let me know your lineups for this weekend because it's definitely a challenge. It's not your typical picks. It's not like saying, oh, Aldo's going to beat Munoz or Lewis wins against Gane and just straight betting it. You need, beyond that, you need impressive performances. You need people that are going to be on their money. It's not just about getting a dub because that's just a small amount of points. You need the finishes. You need the high amounts of takedowns, strikes. Like We need some fire picks. Yeah, DraftKings is rough, man. Luque beats Chiesa, you think? Chiesa's not finishing him. That's why I put Luque on the DraftKings play. I'd rather put Luque on there. I don't know. I feel like if I put Chiesa down, that's just gonna get me into trouble. I don't. You think the lineup looks valid? If you like the lineup, smash that like button. If you hate it, you can smash the dislikes, and that's all good too. Let's see. Let me take a picture of this lineup because I gotta enter this one myself. I think it should hit, but just thinking it should hit isn't good enough for me. Like it's getting me a bit of paranoia because if it doesn't hit, that'll be a fat L. I'm not gonna play a crazy DraftKings game. This one that I have it like to set up here, the template one, $555. I will straight bet with that amount of money way before I do DraftKings with that amount of money. That's just asking for trouble. That's asking to take a fat L. Yeah, it's all about finishing potential. That's what I've learned from playing DraftKings. You can't play DraftKings like you would straight betting. You have to play it with finishes on your mind for first and foremost. It is all about the finish. Everything else comes second because it doesn't matter if you have a perfect lineup. If you have all wins by decision and low values of points, I mean, you'll probably win if every pick is perfect, but that's unlikely. But that's you're gonna shit the bed. You need finishers. You need finishers, and I think that at the very least we have 4 true finishers in Luque, Morales, Menfield, and Lewis. But I guess Morales is the question mark. It's just that Draco might be a bit chinny. Let's see if I took Draco off. And if I wanted to add, who's somebody that could get a finish out there? Could I do Draco Rodriguez? Or if you want to play Draco, you could put him on the line. But I'm not doing that. I don't have trust in Draco just yet. He needs to prove a little bit more to me before I throw money at him. Corey Leonardo, Anderson Dos Santos, Melissa Gatto's off, Johns is off, Tape is off. Song Yedong could get played at 8,000, but Casey Kenny's a bitch to deal with. Maybe you put Casey Kenny on the line. That's another one. But Kenny is probably a decisionator. That's the issue is these fucking DraftKings, man. DraftKings is there to shaft you. That's what I've truly learned is I feel as though DraftKings is to shaft because that ain't easy by any means to pick them all on fire. If you guys are common DraftKings players, though, let me know what you think of some of the potential lineups because it's definitely not an easy thing to play. It takes a lot of thought, a lot of plus and minuses. I mean, as I'm looking at all these fights, I'm thinking of finishing potential first and foremost. I don't think Casey Kenny finishes Song Yedong. I think there's more of a chance that Morales gets the knockout against Draco, which is I'm putting Morales on the final parlay. That's the final play. I almost said the final parlay. That's the final play. I guess right there. That's the final DraftKings play. It's not all the guys that I had to win the fight, but it's the guys that I think have more likelihood of getting wins by finish, and that is what it's about with DraftKings is getting the victories by finish. Yeah, I think this is it. Luque, Morales, Menfield, Fiziev, Lewis, Munoz. Okay. It's okay. An okay lineup. Throw me some of your lineups in the comments if you're watching on replay, in the live chat if you're here now. Because I'm curious to see what you guys are playing with. And I do want to touch on some MMA news-related things outside of this weekend's fights. See if there's any trending shit coming up. White says Paul's shelf life is very fucking short. Of course. Oh, yeah. Rogan's off the broadcast. That's something I wanted to talk a little bit about. Interesting. Joe Rogan in the States is off the broadcast. I guess it's because his comedy tour or something like that. But I don't know. Is this the end of Rogan, guys? I feel like a lot of people have not been enjoying his commentary. There's been people complaining I see on YouTube talking about how Rogan is extremely biased. And, you know, I'm not going to go out there and argue the hell out of it because, you know what? Rogan has been a little bit biased lately. There has been a little bit More so, I feel of him being super one-sided. We got Starman says Rogan's commentary is trash now. Dude, I feel like he definitely doesn't have the same commentary style that he once did. Cruz is better. I don't hate Cruz's commentary, but Paul Felder is my guy. Like, if I had to listen to any of the commentators, it's going to be Felder. I like him a lot. Rogan might be done, guys. Strickland versus Rockhold. That is a sweet fight. Man, I feel like Sean Strickland is going to sleep Luke Rockhold. I think he's going to put him unconscious in the second round because Rockhold cannot take a big shot. His chin is going to feel it, and he's going to bed. Other MMA news, Fedor is fighting Tim Johnson in Bellator as like one of his farewell fights. I actually hate the matchup. I wish they would have gave him like somebody more notable, but they give him Tim Johnson. I guess Tim Johnson's like notable as far as Bellator rankings goes, but like as far as hardcore, or excuse me, more casual fans, he's not really that known. And I mean, the hardcores watch him, but like he's not our favorite fighter that doesn't have the best style. And then Michael Chandler doesn't think he'll have the vaccine in time for the fight in New York versus Gaethje, which is probably going to derail that event at this point. Let's see. Anything else? No, nothing really standing out too much. Not keen on an immediate rematch. That's BKFC shit. That's not what we're talking about now, but I do like BKFC. Interesting, right? MMA Junkies rankings have number 1 in the featherweight division as AJ McKee. I'm not saying that AJ McKee is not a fantastic fighter. I'm not saying that he isn't doing great work, but I don't see how AJ McKee overtakes Volkanovski, who beat Max Holloway twice, and overtakes Max Holloway, who's the greatest at that weight class for years and years. Like, I don't know. I think that whoever's doing these USA Today rankings is, I don't know, it's full of shit, to be honest with you. I think it's a full of shit rankings thing because that's horse shit. All right, let's bring up best fight odds. I'll send you guys off with potential parlays. We'll check out the bets more because I know you guys want to hear some betting tips. All right, so let's go Fiziev. And let's parlay Fiziev up with potentially Munoz to start it off. Should beat Jamie Simmons for sure. And, you know, so as the week goes on, I'm kind of feeling like Luque might beat Chiesa, guys. I really have a feeling. That's plus 254 if you play it. We'll see at the face-offs tomorrow. My final pick is there, but I don't know. Like, something's just changing in the air or whatever. When I see Luque, he seems ready for this opportunity. Plus 160 for this crazy 3-fighter parlay here. It's not really that crazy. It's the guys that should win. Fiziev, Munoz, Menfield. You don't want to go too crazy with the favorites. If you want some close money, it's women's MMA, but Melissa Gatto should definitely win against Victoria Leonardo. That's plus 400. This is stretch parlays here, though. If you want Tisha, Tiny Tornado, plus 753. Jessica Penne, that would just be a stupid play, but plus 1657 if you did play it. I mean, there's money that you could potentially make, but not necessarily the guaranteed highest possibility of such a thing happening. There's a chance that you make some nice dough on that one, but it could be all over the place, most definitely, with some of these fights. I'm super curious to see how this pay-per-view card turns out. Overall, I talked about earlier in the week, it's like a B card, B+. I like the main a lot. I like the co-main. I like the featured bout. Not like, as far as a pay-per-view card, I'm not crazy about Tisha and Angelo, but it's a fight. Yadong and Kenny is a good way to start off the night. I do hope we get a good striking match. I feel like Yadong could definitely land some more significant strikes and win a decision. Fiziev versus Green, this is a huge opportunity, especially the final fight on free TV. I think Fiziev could really make a name for himself here. Draco, hot prospect, fighting Vince Morales. Morales not getting the same respect, but I don't think we can sleep on him. I think Vince gets the upset. Ed Herman, Menfield. I feel like Menfield sleeps him. Kavokevich, Penne. It's close. That's a toss-up, but I'll pick Penne. Cape, Osborne. It's another one. Like, I like this fight, though, because I'm a big flyweight division fan, and I think both guys have a lot of tools. Watch out for Ode Osborne's straight left hand. Miles Johns, Anderson Dos Santos. I think the jiu-jitsu of Dos Santos could be live here, even though John should win, not a bet. And then Leonardo Gatto. I'm super pumped to see Gatto. Let's see what she got because the hype is real on her. She came into the UFC years ago and just never got to make her debut. Win over Carl Rosa. That's aged fantastically. So we'll keep an eye on Gatto. And then Munoz to start it off against Jamie Simmons. Overall, pretty swell card. Decent little DraftKings lineup. Little parlays to play as well. This was a fun little live stream for you guys. Make sure to smash the hell out of that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new here. Chill little stream. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you all for tuning in to the Casual Thursday Night Show. And I'll see you all tomorrow with the weigh-in recap. Have a great night, everybody.